So, why would a 50-year-old man want to torture himself by riding on a mini bike for 500 miles? Well, there's this guy I ran into in Daytona at Bike Week about 20 years ago, and I've ran into him numerous times through the years. At Daytona, I've ran into him in Sturgis, South Dakota, and I've ran into him in Nashville at an Easy Riders bike show. Where I work, I've traveled through Louisville, Kentucky, and I've seen this purple motorcycle, and this guy is the same guy. So he reminds me a lot of a childhood friend I had named Mitchell. And in the second grade, Mitchell and I, we were best friends on earth. I, I had a mini bike, he had a mini bike, and we had this competitive friendship. I would tell him my bike is fast, and his would be faster. And mine would be faster than that. And we talked about climbing hills. I climbed this hill over here, and he'd say, "No, this hill over here is twice as big as that. I can climb that one." And I'd have a hill that was bigger than his I could climb. Uh, I could stand up on my pegs and ride, and he would say, "Oh, I can stand on my pegs and have no hands." So that was our nature. Uh, as Evil Knievel came about, we talked about what we were going to do that is similar to what Evil would do. And I'd say, I'm going to jump 20 school buses, and he's going to jump 25 school buses. I'm going to set the world record for this, and he's going to set the world record for that, and I'm going to have the fastest bike ever. And all these things are unrealistic, but they're exciting, especially when you're a kid. I hadn't talked to Mitchell in 25 years, and on a Sunday morning in November 2011, I got a phone call. Mitchell had passed away that night, and he'd been ill for a while, but I really couldn't believe how short his life was. Even more than that, a year later, I wondered how short my life was going to be because I was in the hospital. I'd had a light stroke. I was unable to hold a conversation. My speech was affected. I was scared. I didn't think I'd ever be the same, but God has healed me, and the proof for all that is, well, you can hear me talking now, right? So back to this guy that reminds me of Mitchell. His name's Kevin, and he made 2 unsuccessful attempts at breaking this world record for the longest journey ever taken on a mini bike. And so I ride motorcycles with a group called the Prairborn Eagles. We are chapter 467 of the Christian Motorcycle Association. We have an annual event. It's called Run for the Sun. So at one of our chapter meetings, our president threw out this brief statement and said, "Be thinking about what we want to do for Run for the Sun." And boom, this light bulb went off in my head. I knew immediately what I was supposed to do, and it's like the entire part of my life that has had motorcycles in it just came together just in this one boom, 1 second. And so the more I talk to people, the more support I've gotten, and that's how it's all began.